Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And we know this is the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming because we are almost wrapping this baby up on this March 28th. So I hope you folks on ESPN AM 790 and 92.9 HD FM in Memphis, and all the good folks in Brownsville, 1520 AM, 95.3 FM, and, of course, all of our friends in Jackson, Tennessee on News Talk 101.5 have enjoyed the show, and who better to close it out than Mr. Crappie himself. But before we introduce Mr. Crappie, let me thank our co-host, who, even though they are not in studio, have managed to stay awake for so far almost 90 minutes, and that's Ron Wall. Ron, thank you, buddy, for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me, Larry, and it's been a great show. And as you say, it's the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio, and thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can't wait for our last segment today.
Well, I know Frank always likes the last segment because he knows he can go home after that, but thank you, Frank, for sticking with us, buddy, okay?
You're welcome, Larry.
Because you only got about, 30 minutes. You got to open the store there on Mount Moriah, so I hope that you've been comfortable as you're waiting to open the store up. But drop by Frank's place today, 8 to 3 o'clock. Great time to get a motorcycle, distance yourself from everybody. Right, Frank?
But call first.
Call first, and that number to call Frank is?
901-366-0480.
There you go. That is the office.
Frank has a lot of nice toys there.
Oh, he's got nice toys. Yeah,
lots of nice toys.
Yeah, this next guy's got lots of nice toys, too. I mean, he's got things named after him. He's got his own official nickname, and he's also going to give $100,000 out of his own pocket. Let's see what he says about that. But Mr. Crappie himself, last year in Arkansas, they're going to go to the Crappie Expo. Ron, you were there, so let's talk to Mr. Crappie himself, our good friend Wally Marshall. Good morning, Wally.
Hey, good morning, guys.
It's just so much fun to talk to you, Wally, and talk Crappie and talk about the expo, and because you're making a move. So let's tell our listeners on Outdoors with Larry Ray this morning what's going to happen to an event that last year drew 45,000 in Arkansas. If they did that now, they'd all be 6 feet apart. But talk about this year's Crappie Expo and that big Mr. Crappie tournament, too. Where's it going to be?
Well, I'll tell you what. The cat is out of the bag. The cat is actually out of the bag. And Branson, Missouri,
yes,
the convention center in Branson, Missouri, October the 30th, 31st, and November 1st is the 3 days of the Crappie Expo 2020. And also, we've raised the bar this year.
Uh-oh.
The Mr. Crappie $200,000.
What?
$200,000 Crappie Invitational Tournament will be held on Table Rock Lake. Starting October the 29th through the 31st, because a lot of the fishermen wanted to come to the expo last year and didn't get to come because they were still fishing in the tournament.
Now I stuttered when you said that. I mean, it's just hard to say that number. $200,000 for a crappie tournament.
Yes, sir. $200,000. Well, last year just proved, and Ron was there.
Yeah, Ron was there.
Last year just proved that the fishermen are starting to catch on.
Oh, yeah.
Why go out here and chase these tournaments down? There's a lot of good trails out there, but it's time to make the move and bring crappie fishing to the top. And I will have to say this, in a lot of areas in the United States, the crappie is the new bass.
Y'all hearing this from Mr. Crappie himself. I mean,
Crappie is the new bass because there's so many people that's switching over. You take crappie fishermen that's 45 to 80, whatever. The 80-year-old, he's already been crappie fishing for a long time.
Yes.
But these guys are switching over. And in these tournaments, the tournament scene is just like the bass scene. It's not a big, it's not a bunch of people, but I'm telling you, there is some crappie anglers out there that are serious about their tournament fishing, and they really do a good job. And just like last year, Tony Shepard and Mike Shepard won $40,000, won the largest payout ever in crappie fishing history at a $100,000 tournament, and they took home $40,000.
So what's the winner going to take on this year?
Somewhere between $80,000 and $90,000.
Wow!
This is live. This is life changing.
It is. It stunned me.
If you look at Tony and Mike Shepard where they were 2 years ago, to where they are today, the other guys see it.
Oh, sure.
They see what's happening because the sponsors are flogging them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying that we're still going to have the world's largest crappie fry.
Oh, I hope so.
That's going to be on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m.
Free.
The championship weigh-in right there at the convention center in Branson, Missouri.
Yes, you can't get any better than that for the Memphis folks. They used to call Destin Little Memphis. I think they call Branson Little Memphis because there's so many people from our area make that drive over.
Not that far.
Yes.
5 hours.
Yeah. So tell me.
5 hours down the road.
All right. Well, hold on, Ron. You're all excited. Do you plan to enter, Ron? Let me ask you that, Ron. You've been around crappie fishing a long time. Does that not blow your mind?
I'll tell you something. This is a game changer.
It is. Yeah.
There's been $100,000 total purse payouts. But to go to where Wally is going now is totally unheard of, first time ever. And, like Wally said, crappie fishing is growing. I can't tell you. I was looking at social media the other day.
Really?
And I saw some of these guys, professional bass fishermen that fish FLWBASS, and because their tournaments right now are being canceled or postponed, they're out there catching crappie and talking about how they love to do it.
Well, that's what. That's right. That's when we're talking to Wally Marshall now, Mr. Crappie himself, about the Mr. Crappie $200,000 Invitational Crappie Classic Tournament coming to Table Rock Lake, based out of Branson, Missouri. Wow, late October, early November.
We're gonna go out of the State Park Marina.
Really?
State Park Marina, where we're gonna have the first day weigh-in, and then the second and last day weigh-in will be at the Branson Convention Center, there with the Hilton Hotel that's connected to the convention center itself. If people's looking to go there,
go ahead.
That's where the headquarters is, there at the Hilton Convention Center.
And how many boats will you have, you think?
There's going to be 100 boats total.
Amazing.
200 fishermen, and there's guys calling me right now wanting to send in their money. There's people calling me every day. Hey, when can we get a booth? When can we be the show? It's just phenomenal. And last year, I had to work with each individual company about the show. And so I go to the Bassmasters Classic this year, and I'm walking down the aisles, and the people are hollering, "Hey, Wally, we'll be there. We'll be there. We're coming."
Yeah.
Humminbird, Ranger, all the companies.
I have to tell you something. That expo is one amazing expo where you can find any and everything you ever wanted for crappie fishing. I was totally impressed with it, and so were all the people that I talked to that were there. they can't wait for it. And I can encourage everybody to mark those dates on your calendar because it's going to be a great time.
Also, he mentioned that the world's largest fish fry. I know Ron will be there. I guess assume you're going to have those concerts too. You brought in music, Wally?
Oh yeah, we're going to have a concert every day at 1:00.
Okay.
And we are having Elvis.
What? Now say that again now, because we've already started the show with Elvis. This is we just did the show.
Elvis will be at the expo.
Okay. Well, we Ron, you'll document this for me, won't you, Ron? Okay. Maybe I need to see Frank. You want to go over there?
I'm going to get a picture of Wally and Elvis.
Well, I know that.
There you go.
I know I'll be able to recognize Wally, but I'm not sure about Elvis. But
Branson has a lot of entertainment.
Yes, they do.
We're gonna have Jason D. Williams again. We're gonna have Elvis. We're gonna have there's a band there that plays just the Eagles music in Branson. And we're gonna have actually a crappie party.
A crappie party. Okay.
It's gonna be a crappie party on top of 130 manufacturers from the crappie industry and boat manufacturers. Everything that has to do with catching a crappie will be at this event.
Well, we got to close it out. We got to close it out now. And you're still giving away a boat too. I think you're giving away a Ranger boat.
Still giving away a boat a day.
What else can you?
A
boat a day. Okay, Wally, you've done it to me now. I got to check my heartbeat now. And Wong's already left. He's already taken off from Branson, I bet, so.
Well, let me tell you what, the crappie's on the bank, and I'm going fishing.
All right, Wally Marshall, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you between now and then, okay?
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Larry.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Wally Marshall. Frank, I appreciate you hanging in there, buddy.
You're quite welcome, Larry. We're all getting used to our new normal now.
Yeah, there's the new normal. Ron Wong, thank you. Miss seeing both you guys. I actually thought about putting your picture up, but I couldn't find one good enough for either one of you. So I didn't do it. Let me tell you about next week's show real quickly before we get out of here because Dave Gabbard and Gene Smith will be our co-host by phone. We're going to talk about the Ron and Tess Jolly. I know that Ron Wong knows Ron and Tess. Well, Ron, they've just written a new book called Spring, The Memories of Spring. New turkey book, and I hadn't been able to put down. Of course, it's got all of Tess's great photographs. Amy Snyder, Spencer, there's some new rules for TWRA. You got to get ready for this about a new tag before you drag, and we're going to talk to Amy on next week's show also. So thanks, guys. Y'all have a great weekend, Frank. Hope everything gets better. Hang in over there, okay, buddy?
Thank you, Larry.
Okay, Ron, you be careful, all right?
Thank you. Will do.
Shelby McCall, thank you. And what do we say, guys, before we close? It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else? God bless the USA.